Let's talk a little elections and politics. Do you see the insurance industry being on the receiving end of some of the political issues or some of the more partisan campaigns?
You know, the general theme out there this election cycle seems to be jobs and the economy, and especially here in Michigan, it makes sense. I don't see any general theme with respect to insurance issues across the whole state, but maybe more on a regional basis. Maybe some urban areas you might see credit-based insurance scores or just the high cost of insurance be some specific issues, but don't see that in a general sense.
The insurance industry has been one of the very few industries in this state that has created jobs, continues to grow, has not stood in line for a federal bailout, yet very often still on the receiving end of political scoring. Explain that.
Well, elections have consequences, and maybe rightly so or wrongly so. By all appearances, the current administration's been fairly open and hostile to the current industry, the insurance industry as we know it, and to companies especially. How that's going to play out in the future really depends on who's elected governor, who's in the Supreme Court, who's elected to the legislature. Those decisions have consequences.
What you're saying is the outcome of the governor's race, the state Supreme Court, and the state legislature will in fact have a bearing one way or another on the insurance industry.
Well, I really believe that. I encourage people listening to us today to do their homework. I mean, we vote for a variety of reasons. Some for its social issues, some its fiscal issues. Boy, take a look at your businesses. If you're an agent and you own your business or you work for a small business, there are differences in candidates, both federal, state, and even local candidates, and those can impact your bottom line. And you need to do your homework in making sure you're voting for people that are sympathetic of small business, that are sympathetic of a more free market with less regulation.
What about agent PAC? How important is that?
Well, you know, some people get real uncomfortable with when you start talking money in politics, but you know, it costs money to run these campaigns, whether it's advertisements, it's signs, it's literature, it costs money, and these candidates need help. They don't have all the money themselves, and the political action committees that you mentioned for what we use as Agent PAC actually helps us get in the door. It's like any business. If you've got a customer that's a good customer, repeat customer, and they call you, you are going to call them back or interact with them. And it's the same thing here. You support those candidates, you help those candidates, and when the time comes and you need to talk with them, they're going to take your call, they're going to open their door to you, and that's really what it's about.
Well, thanks for walking us through these issues.
Thank you.